Let's talk about bin Laden's death with Paul Roberts. He is a former Assistant Secretary of the U.S. Treasury. Dr. Roberts, many thanks for being with us. First of all, let's talk about the timing of the announcement made by the U.S. President that the American SEALs have killed OBL. Why now?
Well, Obama was very unpopular. The right wing had made a big issue out of the fact, they claim, that he is not an American citizen. So he had the problem of his birth certificate. Other right-wing elements have made an issue of the fact, claiming that he is a Muslim, and his position, his standing in the opinion polls was very low. And so he faced the possibility that his own party would not renominate him for a second term, that he would be faced with a competitor for the nomination, and that the money that it takes to finance a campaign would desert him and go to the competitor. And so the purpose of this killing of bin Laden was to show that Obama was very much a tough, all-American guy, not a Muslim, the only person who was able to hunt down and kill the most dangerous man on earth. So it was all political theater.
Speaking of political theater, Dr. Roberts, there are many who doubt that Osama bin Laden has actually been hunted down and killed by the American SEALs. You have written in one of your articles, you have called the U.S. claims about bin Laden Osama's second death. Tell us what you mean by that.
Well, it's well known in the American intelligence community that bin Laden died in 2001. He's been dead since December of 2001, almost a decade. That is probably the reason there have not been any further major terrorist operations from the so-called terror mastermind. Fox News, which is an American neoconservative, very, very conservative, very patriotic media station, reported in December of 2001 that the Taliban had announced that bin Laden had died. It's well known that bin Laden suffered from kidney disease. He required dialysis. It's less well known that he had a degenerative genetic disease that does not allow a long life. It is also well known that bin Laden was visited in the American hospital in Dubai, I believe in July of 2001, by the CIA and by CIA physicians. At the time, of course, this was prior to 9/11, bin Laden was still an American agent. He was created by the Americans to fight Soviets in Afghanistan. So it's well known that he has been dead almost 10 years. The trouble is, the American public doesn't pay any attention to anything, and so they're very easy to deceive. They love to have victories, and they love to have revenge, and so they have fallen in with the claim that the White House has made that they found Osama bin Laden in, of all places, a Pakistani military town.
The two names do rhyme, don't they, Dr. Roberts? If we assume that the American version of the story is actually true, that Osama bin Laden has been killed by the American troops, and the U.S. president's ratings and polls have gone up, but haven't they made the mistake of turning him into a martyr and